USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Angela Yee's out. What up, Charlamagne?
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday. No,
today's not Tuesday.
God damn it. Hold on. Start over.
What's wrong with you,
Start
man?
the whole damn thing over. I was up late last night watching Bobby Brown. Start it over.
This guy.
Okay.
It's Tuesday.
And Monday was a holiday. Go.
Kids are back to school and everything. Here we go. Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Angela Yee's on vacation. Charlamagne was popping.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Yes, it's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Yes, kids are back to school today.
Today, kids got to go. Everybody got back to school. Actually, my kids went back to school yesterday, but I know in New York City, on the East Coast, kids are back today.
Yeah, my oldest daughter goes back today, so parental paranoia sets in. You know, all the anxiety of your child being back in school.
Yeah.
Sets in immediately, but, we all prayed up, so we good over here.
Yeah, me too. Now, Bobby Brown movie last night. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I read the book Every Little Step a couple years ago, so, books are always better, but I did enjoy it, and I'm mad because today is also National Be Late for Something Day. So being that I went to sleep at 11:30 last night, a little bit after 11:30, because I was still on the high of, Bobby Brown, I could have been late this morning.
What you think of the movie?
I just told you I enjoyed it. I read the book, but the book is better, but I enjoyed it. I didn't like the part where they cut the scene where they threw Janet Jackson out of the hotel room naked, though.
You ain't like that?
No, I didn't like the fact that they cut the scene.
Did you? So you didn't see the version?
What you mean?
Oh, I showed you. I got the version right there where they throw Janet out the room naked. And she's outside the hotel room. And
then he throws her the blanket.
Then he throws her the blanket.
Oh, let's post that on the gram then. I didn't know he had that.
Well,
get that to Taylor.
All right, here,
post
Taylor.
That on the gram.
Here, Taylor.
That's what y'all get, BET, for sending out, versions.
Well, don't say that yet. Let's record it first.
Bobby actually tweeted me last night and said that they cut it last minute.
I mean, it made sense because right after it, they said honoring Janet Jackson. I was like,
what?
that's kind of...
So what?
I didn't know. Awkward.
No, I'm going to tell you why I say so what on that.
Right.
It's a movie about people that really existed. And if Bobby Brown is telling his story and that's part of his story, they should show that. They don't have no problem showing Whitney Houston, good, bad, or ugly. So what's the difference between Whitney Houston and Janet Jackson? Because she's alive and she's here to have her lawyers call and say, look, don't put that in there. If that happened in Bobby's life, then that happened.
I seen some people getting at Bobby saying Bobby shouldn't be telling his story, kissing and telling, they were saying.
Oh, shut up. People do. Everybody kisses and tells. That's his story. You know what I mean? And I, actually in the book, I like the way it played out in the book, because in the book, Janet says to him, I cannot bring a black man home. My dad wouldn't appreciate that. And to know Bobby grabbed her and threw her out.
Look, it's the part right here. See, Bobby grabs her.
Throws out in the hallway. And then he says to himself, damn, that's Janet Jackson. So then he tosses her a blanket.
Yeah.
Because he don't want her to be out there naked in the hallway.
Correct.
Hey, man, I don't know why y'all want to be rock stars when y'all can be Bobby Brown. Drop on the clues bombs for Bobby Brown. God damn it. Bobby lived a life. You hear me?
Taylor. All right. Well,
Bobby's book is amazing. I'm not going to front. I mean, my only concern with Bobby Brown's book was the fact that it was going to be on BET, and I feel like it couldn't be as raw as it could have been, and I'm still feeling that way, but overall it was good last night. I enjoyed it.
Okay, all right. When we come back, we got front page news. We got to tell you about Jeffrey Owens. He used to work on the Cosby Show as an actor, and they took some pics of him at Trader Joe's. Well, it looks like he might have a new job.
Trying to play that man, as if God don't have a plan for all his children.
And Nike, I'll tell you how that stock is doing. We'll talk about it when we come back. Keep it locked.
Hey, wait a minute now. Bobby Brown gonna be here this morning, a.k.a. Woody McClain.
Oh, Woody McClain will be joining us this morning.
Woody McClain that plays Bobby Brown, born in Charleston, South Carolina, raised in Duval,
Jacksonville, Florida.
He'll be here this morning. I'm gonna teach him how to properly fake sniff cocaine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Well, we'll do that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. Now, yesterday we tell you about Tropical Storm Gordon, which made landfall near Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. Well, it looks like it fizzled out. One death, though. A tree fell on a house and actually killed a little boy. So, man. One death. So, but that hurricane or that tropical storm is now over. Now, let's talk about Nike. Since everybody's been boycotting Nike stock fell 3%. Now, it might not seem like a lot, but it actually looks like a $4 billion loss for Nike. yesterday after everybody was boycotting because of Colin Kaepernick's endorsement deal.
I read an article on the Bloomberg Report that said Nike received more than $43 million worth of media exposure.
Well,
they said a vast majority of it was neutral and positive. And Nike says it only cares about the influencers and tastemakers because they said they know that the customers they lose will only be short term, but they're not the kind of customers that really drive their business anyway.
That's dope. That's dope to the fact that Nike's standing up. Of course, Donald Trump says it's a terrible message with the Colin Kaepernick partnership.
What's the message? That you stand by somebody who actually stood up for other people?
Mm-hmm.
What's so terrible about that message?
The National Police Organization said they are boycotting Nike. They have 241,000 enforcement officers.
Okay, y'all don't wear Nikes on the beat, no way. Y'all wear goddamn Gore-Tex.
Mm-hmm.
All right, high-tech boots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, lugs, black lugs, Birdman style. Knock it off.
And also, Cosby Show star Jeffrey Owens, it looks like he was devastated at first over the Trader Joe's picks. He was on Good Morning America yesterday, and he spoke about it.
I mean, I was really devastated, but the period of devastation was so short because the responses, my wife and I started to read these responses from like literally all over the world of support, and fortunately the shame part didn't last very long.
I respect him, and I respect him so much because there's so many people out there that feel like they have to do something for a look, and that man said, you know what, times is hard, I gotta go work. It ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I respect that 150,000%.
Well, that's the part of the process that nobody sees, right? Everybody always sees the end result, and usually in this area, the end result revolves around you looking all shiny and glossy, or it has some celebrity attached to it, or you out here fronting like you got so much goddamn money, but then when you see somebody actually in the process of working and earning a living, you look down upon that. What's going on in America, man? America's so obsessed with celebrity that when you see somebody working a regular job, I don't want to call it a regular job. It's a job. It's a job. You see somebody working a job, you look down upon them, like, knock it off.
Now we have more audio of him talking.
I've been teaching acting, directing for 30 plus years, but got to a point where it just didn't add up enough, and you got to do what you got to do. I wanted a job that I could have some flexibility, try to stay in the business. I didn't advertise that I was at Trader Joe's, only but not that I was ashamed of it, but because I didn't want the entertainment community to kind of decide, well, he's doing that, he's not pursuing acting anymore.
So what? Listen, y'all, you'd be surprised. 90% of these people you see on TV, here on the radio, they living regular lives just like everybody else.
Absolutely. And this is a blessing. And I'm going to tell him why. I don't know if he's listening, but if he has an acting school or he's an acting coach, who wouldn't you want to learn acting from than somebody that was on the Cosby Show for so many damn years? Like, think about it. If my kids wanted to get in acting, I would definitely take them into your course or your class.
Oh, I got to see more than just his samples on the Cosby Show.
No, he did great on the Cosby Show.
He did do good on the Cosby Show.
He knows the business. He's been there for 8 years. Yes,
I need to see more. He's got more things than just the Cosby Show.
Stop it.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But he did great on the Cosby Show.
I wanted to learn acting. I don't know if I wanted to learn it from Elvin.
If he had a class, you wouldn't go to him for a class.
I got to see more than just the Cosby Show. Okay, I love him.
He did good on the Cosby Show.
Yeah, but that was early on. I'm sure that he's done much better. I'm sure he's done some dramas and stuff that we don't know about. Tyler Perry offered him a role as well.
I was going to say that Tyler Perry said he's shooting, I guess, a new flick on OWN's OWN network, and he said he needs somebody like him. So hopefully he will start working soon back in acting.
Salute to Jeffrey Owens, man. Live your life, man. Everybody live their life, man. Stop minding people's business. God damn, let people go through their process of life.
All right.
Like, stop being so obsessed with celebrity in America that you think just because somebody ain't a celebrity or somebody ain't got some type of fame that they not popping. Like, knock it off, man. Leave people the hell alone.
All right. Well, that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night, a bad morning, or maybe you feel blessed. Or maybe you want to talk to us about the Bobby Brown flick last night. Whatever it may be, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Mama. Get it off your chest.
I have a question.
What's up?
My husband, when I was trying to save our son's life, he was born at 26 weeks. He was 1 pound 15 ounces.
Wow.
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. The night of night, trying to, keep him inside, cook some more, I found out that he said, I want to go home and get some rest, but he went and slept with his son's mother.
Wow, so instead of being at the hospital, he left you at the hospital and went and cheated on you?
Yes.
Wow. How long you been with him?
4 years.
Wow, how'd you catch him?
Cell phone.
So what you gonna do, Ma? You calling up here for some type of advice? You gonna leave him or not?
She wants our advice.
Cell phone and Facebook messages.
You checking those things, but are you ready to leave?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Swear to God.
All right, so what's the problem? Be out.
Okay, I just want to see, like, you
ain't going nowhere. I don't hear no conviction in your voice.
I mean, people do cheat in relationships, but I mean, if it's the time when you're at your lowest, you're at the hospital, your son was just born, and he leaves your side for that, that's kind of low, Mama.
I mean, the man needed somebody to make him feel better, so he went to this little side boo. Okay, that's all. And he came right back, didn't he, I bet?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm trying to, actually admit to doing. That's what I want him to do, admit to his wrong, but he's not admitting to his wrong.
He don't love you if you admit that he cheated.
Right. So I showed him all the messages that he lied to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, so that's my thing, as you said, when you're a drug addict, you gotta admit that you're drug addict in order to go ahead and lie.
That
he
is
has
true.
to be honest. He got to be open up. Charlamagne always used to say deny, but he has to be honest if he wants this to even remotely work. So
how old are y'all?
I'll be 46 in a few weeks.
How old is he?
He's like 10, 12 years younger than me.
Oh, he's 35.
Oh, yeah, he's still in this lying stage. Yeah, ain't no need for him to start telling the truth yet.
All right. I'm sorry, Mama.
So you closer to the grave. So it's like,
Stop it. Sorry, Mama.
A lot of things you don't want to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to take those things with you. But him, he still got some time.
This guy. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Ivan.
Ivan, what's up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I'm going to school. I'm a Mexican, man. Like, this crazy, bro.
No cursing, brother. No cursing. Let's try this again.
Why is being a Mexican so crazy that you? Well, why? I don't get it. What do you mean?
Because I got a scholarship, full ride. This happens rarely. I mean, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy that you're a Mexican who got a scholarship.
What school you going to?
HSU, Humboldt State, up in Arcata, California.
I don't like this negative stereotype of Mexicans you throwing out here this morning, as if Mexicans don't get scholarships.
Hey, it's crazy because I come from a small town. It's crazy because I got a lot of stuff paid for, and I'm blessed, man. It's crazy. I love it.
Well, congratulations to you, brother.
Hard work pays off, sir.
All right, man. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. And we're blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So you better have the same energy.
Jason, what's up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Good morning, Breakfast Club. How y'all doing this morning?
What up, Jason? How you, sir?
Ain't nothing, man. I just want to call and big y'all up. Like, I love y'all, but mainly, though, like, I want to big up Nike, yo. Big up Nike, big up. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing with the culture. I love how they helping out Kaepernick. Like, Nike, big up to the fullest. That's all I want to say, Breakfast Club. Have a blessed day. Angela E., big up yourself. Hurry up and get back.
Angela E. not here. Angela E. in Africa trying to get closer to her black side.
That's what I said. She need to hurry up and come back. But big up on yourself. Charlamagne, big up, brother. Straight. Yeah, man. Big up everybody. You see me?
See me? Sima. Who got the keys to the beamer?
You know what?
Who am I?
You know what?
Them guys, them shagga.
You know what? Salem.
Hey.
What's up, Mama? Get it off your chest.
What's up, boo? You starting to get Trav access nowadays, huh? You got the Trav number? You always get through.
Yeah, just to talk to you guys. Y'all family. I love y'all.
I love you too.
You love Charlamagne. That's all. I seen your little tweet. I love Charlamagne. I seen your little tweet.
Hey, I mean, if you love to, but can I get off my chest?
Go ahead, Mama. She just cut me
I
off.
went to this McDonald's this morning, which I usually don't, but this morning I got a little attitude from the manager called Benola, whatever her name was. And she gave me attitude because I asked for my receipt. So you know what I did?
What you do?
Listen, Charlamagne, I gave her a copy, or I gave her a receipt. I mean, a little sticky note that said, get your book. I gave her a recommendation. He told her, you need to get your book because you need to leave your job. You do not need to be working where you need to work at. So she got she does not need to be working there. So I said, you need to get the book Black Privilege Opportunity because to those who create it. And she's like, yeah, but it don't matter. She just does not be working at. My thing is, if you don't like where you're working at, quit. Like, it's simple. But she just...
Let me ask you a question, Salem. What was you going to do with that McDonald's receipt? I'm just curious.
Save it for taxes.
I mean, it's okay. So
business
you know
lunch?
how, like, certain time, like 2 a.m., they don't accept debit cards, so their system, quote-unquote, is down. So there was just, like, the receipt doesn't come. You can't get a receipt with it. So I don't know if they're going to give me the right change. So I got to do the mathematics as soon as I get back to the car.
Okay, Salem. All right, I ain't mad at you. Well, thank you for calling, Mama. Megan!
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get it off your chest, Megan.
I just want to talk about the Larry Brown story.
Talk to us, boo. Talk to us.
I really enjoyed it. I was shocked about when Janet Jackson said that when Larry Brown was like, oh, you don't want to be with me because I'm black. Like, that kind of threw me off.
That's because you didn't read the book. If you read the book, you wouldn't be surprised.
You're right, I didn't. And that's not my generation either. So I didn't really grow up in that time. So I don't know about it.
Whatever. I grew up in that time and didn't know about Bobby and Janet until I read the book. But continue.
Go ahead, Mama.
But I also liked the part where they talked about Robin because I watched a documentary about Whitney Houston on HBO, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about her. So I like how they included that in.
Oh, Wendy Williams been telling y'all about Whitney's lesbian lover, Robin, for the longest.
Allegedly that was Whitney's lesbian lover.
I know she has, but no one believes it.
Yeah, they could have played that up in the movie a little bit more, especially when Bobby threw the food on the floor. Robin should have said, "I've been eating in this house for years."
You stupid, man. Thank you, Megan.
No problem.
All righty.
That's another problem I have with the movie, too,
What's
though.
that?
If you're going to show all Whitney's secrets, her lesbian lover and her being on coke, why can't you show Janet getting thrown out of the hotel room naked?
That's all you wanted to see. I just showed it to you.
My thing is, if you pay respect to all the legends equally across the board. That's all. But you can't. You know why you can't?
Why?
Because these are people's stories. And guess what? People have flaws and people make mistakes.
True.
People ain't these perfect beings that you try to make them out to be. Okay?
True.
So, everybody had some things that they're not proud of. If Janet was more transparent and more vulnerable with her life, then that wouldn't be a surprise to nobody.
Well, Janet can't. She's not going to be able to defend herself. She doesn't speak.
No, Whitney not going to be able to defend herself. Okay? Janet can still defend herself.
Janet don't speak, but she's not going to be able to defend herself. Anyway, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. And don't forget, Woody McClain. That's the guy that played Bobby Brown. He'll be joining us this morning. And we'll take your calls later on about the flick if you've seen the Bobby Brown story. We'll take your calls in a little bit. All right? Now, we got rumors on the way. Kanye apologizes. We'll tell you the who when we come back.
I don't have a problem with that.
Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hello? Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy. Angela Yee is actually in Africa trying to get closer to her black side. But we got the rumor report coming up with my bitch, DJ Envy.
What did you just call me? I'm going to human resources. We're talking Kanye West, and he says sorry, and Charlamagne will too.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee. Club.
So listen up.
All right, well, it looks like yesterday Kanye West went on an apologizing tweet storm last night. Now, this is because I believe, I guess a snippet of Drake's new song that's coming out came out, and he talks about, I told her don't wear 350s around me. Drake kind of throws shots at Kanye, and Kanye apologizes.
Which one is the 350s? I know what the 700s look like. 350s not the Desert Rats, right?
No.
I don't know what the 350s are then.
Those are the low ones I wear.
No,
I ain't got them on time. I got Vans on today. But so Kanye apologized like crazy. He says, sending good energy and love to Drake and family and crew. I haven't seen the show in person, but the images look incredible online. I understand where the confusion started. Let me start by apologizing for stepping on your release date in the first place. We are building a bond and working on music together, including squashing the issues with Cudi at our office. When I put the dates up, I was a bit ramped up doing 25 tweets a day.
My God, you can't call me, bro?
TMZ happened shortly after. I have to hop on a plane now. We'll type more when I land.
I guess you should do public apologies nowadays, I guess.
So it's more.
If y'all issues are public.
Plane taxiing for takeoff. Because we spoke about doing Lift Yourself together, I should have given you the opportunity for us to do this together before I released it. Since we are building as friends and brothers, I should have spoken to Pusha about the Quentin Miller bar. There should have been no songs with my involvement that had any negative energy towards you. I never listened to either diss track that followed, but I did hear quotes from both songs after they were released. I did not have any conversation about your child with Pusha. I don't play with the idea of people's children after I spoke to Wiz a few years earlier. I understand Pusha's issues as a man. If someone mentions your fiance, men go mask off. I've done the same myself at times. I love you, and I love Pusha, and we all have an admiration for each other's craft. This is all Jedi level.
Okay.
I will be coming to your show within the next 7 days to give love and be inspired by the art you have created.
Listen, I don't have no problem with somebody apologizing if they feel like they need to apologize. But I was watching Everyday Struggle episode, and I saw academics and Wayno and Nick Cannon debating over Drake smashing Kim K. Is that the alleged rumor that They say Drake is hitting that.
That was a rumor. I think Drake might have put a bar in one of his songs, and people just assumed that or something like that.
I would advise Drake not to do that, and the reason I would tell Drake not to do that is because that makes him look corny. You know what I'm saying? If you're hinting that you smashed Kim, then you are admitting that you are a dirtbag, a slime ball. You smashed your man's wife.
Maybe it was beforehand he meant.
But that's what I mean. If you smashed that man's wife and he told Pusha all the dirt that Pusha used against you in a rap battle, then you got what you deserved. Like, that don't make Kanye look bad because you slept with his wife. That makes you and Kim look nuts because you're supposed to be his man. So if you did smash his wife beforehand, you really going to be mad at Kanye because Kanye told Pusha about some things to put in a diss record after the man smashed your wife?
Well, he smashed his wife before they were together. That shouldn't have nothing to do with what happens
Kanye
now.
and Kim been together for a while.
And Kim's been out here dating people a while as well. Before they were together.
I thought it was more recent. I thought it was because they said that he said some line about on Sicko Mode where he went up the block, hit the lights, busted a right. You know, they all live in the same neighborhood. That's what I thought. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I just don't see how you get stripes for admitting you smashed a man's wife.
I think it was maybe beforehand. I don't know. Well, Kim Kardashian, speaking of Kim, it looks like she's doing some more good now. We all know she got Alice Johnson released from prison. Now she's working on somebody else. All right. She's been speaking with Chris Young, who was sentenced to life in prison for marijuana and cocaine possession after being arrested in 2010. And it looks like she's trying to get him out as well.
Oh, you got to aim a little higher. I'm not mad if she get Chris Young out, but, you know, go after somebody like Mumia. Amu Jamal, if I think I pronounced his name right.
Yeah, these are all opportunities. She's trying to get people out, so I mean,
I'm not mad at that. I don't see how you can even find a way to hate on that, and that's exactly why she won't talk bad about Trump, because she's the Trump whisperer. And I keep telling y'all, Donald Trump is a celebrity. So being that he's a celebrity, you need other celebrities to get through to him, because he don't understand political talk from politicians, because he's not a politician. That goes way over his toupee.
It does. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, did you see the Bobby Brown story?
You know I did. Don't question me about stupid things.
What do you think about the Bobby Brown story, the actors and the way they played everybody and
I enjoyed
portrayed everybody?
I don't know if it's the nostalgia of it, the fact that that's our era. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I listen to all the time anyway. I'm a 90s R&B guy. I love that whole New Jack era. So I enjoyed the Bobby Brown movie. I did read the book Every Little Step, and the book is better. But, you know, I don't go into it with the expectation that it's going to be good as the book, especially being that it's on BET.
I ain't mad. BET got mad commercials, though. Mad commercials.
I be needing those because I be having to pee. Right?
You old for real.
Yeah, right. I be having to pee. I be wanting to leave the room. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to get me something to drink, give me a little snack. I be needing those commercial breaks.
I'll be in bed the whole time just watching. I'll be like, come on.
No, I started in the bedroom. Then I went downstairs and I was in one of my rooms for a minute, and then I went back upstairs to the bedroom.
Oh, you just watching TV all over the whole, so all different rooms, huh?
And then I'm
this
sitting
guy here.
And my dumb ass, I'm laying in the bed with my wife when all the infidelity starts.
That's when you go get a snack.
You
want something downstairs?
Lord that man. And I'm just,
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You know, you be in such an awkward position. You just be laying there saying dumb stuff like, niggas don't really cheat like that no more. That was the 90s. Black men don't cheat. Black men ain't cheated since the 90s.
He did what?
Yeah, acting disgusted. I can't believe him.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'm saying stupid stuff. He get Whitney pregnant and he got this other baby mom pregnant. I'm like, technically he got twins, you know what I'm saying? He just got one. He just got one with one and the other with the other one.
I ain't messing with you.
I'm just like, why don't I just shut up?
Shut up!
Exactly. Why can't I just lay here and be quiet? Why is this silence so awkward?
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk to Woody McClain, who played Bobby Brown in the Bobby Brown story. We'll talk to him, so keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. And we're going to do a Bobby Brown mini mix. Why? Because why not? Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My guy,
young Bobby Brown, a.k.a. Woody McClain.
Yo, what's good?
Now, first of all, Woody,
South Carolina's own.
Well, I need to know who claims Woody. Is it South Carolina or Jacksonville? What set you rep, fool?
That's a tough one.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it's both equally, like, you know what I mean? I can't shit on one.
You was born in Charleston, though.
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, and then I moved to Jacksonville.
At what age?
Wait, when did I move?
Yep.
Elementary.
Oh, yeah, nah, he's Florida all day.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm shocked that you stood a chance in life. Being born in South Carolina, then moving to Florida.
It was rough.
Jacksonville, too.
Jacksonville, of all places.
South Carolina, the only thing I didn't like about South Carolina, because my parents would give the principal permission to whoop me in school.
Yes, I used to have I had that happen to me up until high school.
You're young. They
I hated that.
Anymore.
Nah, not no more. I mean, but back when I was in school, I'm not that young. Am I young?
Yeah, younger than us.
Oh, true.
Yeah, he said true.
Don't say that true like you know.
No.
Don't just assume because you see a few grades.
I ain't get my haircut yet. That's all right.
Nah, I was happy I got out of there for that reason, though.
So you used to get paddling, second grade, third grade?
Oh, my God. My principal used to love it. He was like, yeah, I'm calling your mom. My mom would be like, yep, do it. And then he would go ham.
Really? Do you remember the principal's name?
Nah, I don't.
Got you.
It's all blur.
Got you. Now, how much cocaine did you have to sniff to prepare for the role of Bobby Brown?
Goodness gracious.
You talking about on set or in real life?
In real life.
I mean,
no. I never done it in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you have to learn how to fake it? Because Charlamagne tells us a story how he every once in a while he's in those circles and he does fake it. Show me how you fake
Not every once in a while. It happened one time. You
know?
How
was that?
You just put the line of coke right here and then you just
ooh,
but you knock it off the table. You know what I'm saying? And you just let a little get on the tip of your nose and you just go woo.
Oh, that's the ultimate finesse.
That's all. That's all it is.
I respect it.
So how did you prepare for this role?
Man, this time around it was a different process.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in like a whole new like coach or whatever to work with me.
Now, how much did you know about Bobby Brown before this? Because you are young, Woody.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know anything about Bobby Brown, New Edition, before this?
Nah, I didn't. I only knew a little bit because they brought me in during the Whitney Houston movie. Fatima called me and she was like, I need somebody to do the dance for the guy playing my guy Arlen. He was the real Bobby for that. So they brought me in to be his dance double. So then that's when I learned about Bobby because I only knew Real Husbands of Hollywood Bobby.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn it.
I'm not mad at that though because you're young. So
But you didn't know none of the music at all. Every little step.
I heard the music, but I didn't put the music with the face though.
Gotcha.
Because he looked different from like now when he was back in the day though.
I mean, it's a thing called age.
Yeah.
Drug use has wears your body down.
Yeah. But he's that guy.
What your parents used to listen to growing up in the house?
My dad's like an Earth, Wind, and Fire type of dude.
Okay.
Yeah. He stay cranking that.
So he never got you never had the 90s R&B vibe, the New Jack
80s.
Swing vibe.
Never.
Like, late 80s, early 90s?
Never.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So did you talk to Bobby Brown when you were shooting this? Were y'all in contact with each other and talking? And how was that, talking to Bobby?
It's dope. If you met Bobby, you know he becomes family. He became like my uncle. Mm-hmm. So anything I ever wanted to talk to him about or ask him, he would tell me.
Was anything difficult talking to him about?
I never talked to him about Bobby Chrissy. I couldn't do it because like he's super emotional. So when he's talking, you can see his tears.
Yeah, I heard he cries a lot.
Yeah, he's like that guy. So when people ask him certain things, like I'd be sitting there and somebody would be like, so blah blah blah. They'll just say it like he's not like a real human being. But I'm like, yo, this dude has real emotions. You know what I mean? And I hate to see people cry. So I would just like avoid those kind of questions.
Yeah, it's interesting, man, because it's layers to Bobby Brown's life. Did you read the book, Every Little Step?
Yeah.
So you realize how much death happened in his life back to back to back to back.
Yeah, it was insane.
So you would know why he would cry.
Yeah, of course. And I haven't, thank God I haven't lost a lot of people in my life, you know what I mean? But doing this role, it made me realize how important family is. Because he can't go back and tell them how he feels now, you know what I mean? But I still have my people's here today, so I make sure I call them every day and be like, Mom, I love you. Dad, sister, I love y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited that I did this.
So you didn't talk to him about Bobby and Chris. Did you talk to him about his mom? You talked to him about his dad? You talked to him about Whitney?
Yeah.
Okay.
And TK Carter that played my dad, he was real cool with the family too, so he gave me a lot of insight.
What did you learn about Bobby that you didn't know?
He didn't know nothing.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying after because you did the New Edition movie, so you learned a lot of things.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But doing the solo movie, what did you learn that you didn't know?
It's a moment in there that I didn't know.
The
Janet
Jackson thing.
I was like, oh, word? People go crazy for that part.
I think that she's going to get slandered heavily on social media.
You think so?
Yes, man.
But it's not her fault.
Yeah.
It was her father.
That's like, and it was a long time ago.
Allegedly, her father didn't want her with a black guy, and because she was with a black guy, Bobby got mad. Well,
No. She told her father, Bobby was like, I love you, I want to be with you, and she said, my father would hate if I bring a black man home.
Right.
Yes. So Bobby threw her out butt naked.
It is.
And then,
I think she's going to get, I'm pretty sure she's going to get slandered heavy for that.
Why?
I don't think so. I can't see it. It wasn't her. I mean.
Because if you add up everything with the Jacksons, right? And I love the Jacksons. Right. I'm just saying, if you take Janet, you know what I'm saying, and you take that statement, and then you look at the way Michael Jackson transitioned.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson was born a strong black man looking like Colin Kaepernick, and then now he died a white woman, and none of his kids are black.
Horrible.
I'm just saying.
A white woman.
So I don't know if it's the father's fault or what, but it was some anti-blackness going on in that household.
That's tough.
Janet dated one of the blackest of all black people, Jermaine Dupri.
There it is.
Strip club, Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine was an elf. He's not even human. Like,
you know
not
what?
even human.
Yes, he was. Leave JD alone.
You think that you're gonna have some backlash from Janet fans for doing that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not the real Bobby Brown.
Yeah, but
you can't be mad at me.
You are to this era.
No, I'm not. Then that's the only part that I don't like. Because I remember when we did the New Edition story, and I was in the grocery store, and this older lady kept looking back at me, and I could see out of my periphery. I'm like, dang, she keep looking at me. And then the last time she looked at me, she was like, you so bad. Like, you're just bad for the group. And I'm like, she was talking to me like as if I was really Bobby Brown. Like, and that kind of hit me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, yo, it was just a movie. I'm not really him. My name is Woody.
And what'd she say?
Yeah, she said, you just hard-headed, and then walked away. I was like, all right, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. So I think you're going to probably get a little backlash from Janet Jackson fans.
I don't think so.
Now, when Bobby cries, right, what do you do when Bobby cries? Like, when you're talking to Bobby and he cries, like, what do you do? Because that can be kind of awkward.
Nah, I look away. Or I try to change the subject.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't rub his back or nothing?
Nah, no physical anything. I just look away. Or get a text message and walk away. It's something. I avoid it. I just can't see nobody. I can't see nobody like in pain like that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So it makes you feel awkward?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Doing this whole project, it made me emotional. You know, I haven't cried since I was like 14 years old.
Really?
But doing this and like feeling what he actually went through with the hair, and I had the makeup on, they put me with the teeth in my mouth. Like, I really felt like as if I was
They
Bobby.
put the crooked teeth in your mouth and everything?
Like they gave me like the whole,
gap.
A lot of people be disappointed by that too. Girls be kind of like, oh, you don't have a gap? Like, I'm like, nah.
You're not nervous to be pigeonholed? Like, everybody's just going to look at you as Bobby Brown for the rest of your life?
Nah.
Like the Tupac character, the dude that played Tupac. Like, every time I look at him, I just see Pac.
That's because he looked like Pac.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think I look like Bobby. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never been put in a box that I couldn't break out of. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, when we first got casted for it, they was like, who is these? These don't look nothing like New Edition. They was saying I look like B.O.B. to
You do look like B.O.B.
You do look like B.O.B.
I got B.O.B. to
like a flat earth.
to Kel Mitchell. It was like, oh, that's the dude from Good Burger.
Look like Kel Mitchell.
You know what I mean?
You look like him too.
But now I look like Bobby Brown. So I'm like, can y'all make up y'all mind what y'all want me to look like?
Yeah.
All right, we got more with Woody McClain when we come back. He played Bobby Brown in the Bobby Brown story, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Woody McClain's in the building. He played Bobby Brown in the Bobby Brown story. Charlamagne?
Did you spend a lot of time with Bobby personally, on and off studio?
A lot. Because, he cooks, too, so they invited me over for the 4th of July.
Barbecue at the crib?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was dope. It was real dope. I enjoy his family. They real cool people.
Did you eat any of that world famous cocaine rib sauce?
Nah, I never had that. Hold the cocaine.
You mean the barbecue sauce, man? You talking about the barbecue
You put some cocaine in the barbecue
no cocaine in no barbecue sauce. What's wrong with you, man?
You talking about the flour thing from the book?
Oh, the yeah, that's what it was. The flour, the chicken.
Yeah. Nah. It was none of that. None of that.
Since you never did drugs, right?
Nah.
So you never had a drug overdose?
No.
So where do you what inspiration, what do you pull from? Because you just, in the first scene of the movie, you drug overdose.
Yeah. This coach I was working with, Claire, she's been through like everything. So she like really like put me through the course of like what she went through when she was dealing with that kind of stuff. So I just kind of took what she did and kind of put my own thing on it.
You never had no drug use in your family or a close friend?
Not that I know of.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Coming from South Carolina and Florida?
Yeah. Nah, not that I know of. Everybody just smoke weed. I don't smoke weed, so I only drink.
Never smoked weed before?
Never smoked weed a day in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not missing nothing.
Yeah.
Do you have any vices, man? Like a habit? Weed, drugs,
spending too much
alcohol,
money, sex,
women, sex?
Nah. I be chilling. I be at the crib.
Yeah, I'm sure women are.
I do be chilling.
Knock it off.
Bro, I be chilling. Listen, it's all about the craft. It's all about the work. You know what I mean? I don't focus on none of that stuff.
You gotta enjoy life a little bit, though.
A little bit.
You ain't get no extracurricular acting, since being Bobby Brown?
I just tell them like, yo, I'm focused on my career, and they say I respect that.
Nah, I know Caribbean women really dig you, man.
Oh, word.
I know one around here right now that digs you a little bit. Call her in here.
Oh, word.
Call her in here, Taylor. Michaela! Michaela!
Where's she at?
Is she embarrassed? She don't want to come in? Oh, I'm gonna introduce her to you off the air.
Now, who's Michaela?
Michaela is she works here at iHeartRadio. You know,
she can sing.
Nice Caribbean woman. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Maybe a little tall. How tall are you?
I'm like 6.
She about 6.
She ain't no 6.
I'm definitely 6, bro.
Yeah, she about 6'1", 6'2". You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I can handle that.
Caribbean woman.
All right.
You know what I mean?
She went to HBCU.
She went to HBCU too.
Where she went to?
She went to Howard.
Howard.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same thing, but you give a pass. She's a good person.
Where's she at? She not coming?
No.
She embarrassed for whatever reason. I heard you like women that shoot they shot though, so maybe I should tell her to step to you.
I love it. Tell her to shoot.
Let me send her a text.
You like aggressive women that will come at you immediately?
Yeah, that's cool.
What's the craziest thing a female has done to get your attention?
Hello?
Michaela.
What do you want?
Come say hi to Woody. He likes girls that shoot they shot.
We're live on air, Michaela.
We live on air. Come say hi. He likes.
I said hi to him when he came in.
Why you don't want to say hi on camera?
I'm right outside the
Oh, she right there, see?
Michaela, come.
What you think, Woody?
Come Call her in here. Call her in here.
Hey.
Michaela, come in here.
Do you know Woody?
Come in here. She's coming.
I feel like y'all know each other for some reason.
Why you feel like that?
I don't know. I feel I just that's what my spider sense is telling me.
Michaela,
you know Woody?
Michaela.
You know Woody?
Hey,
do you know Woody? Oh, okay, you do now. You didn't know him before this, huh?
We were talking about you, and the only thing that he said was a little funny was that you went to Howard. That's just the only thing. He went to an HBCU and everything.
Both went to terrible schools.
Whoa.
This is not gonna work. That's not
how you shoot your shot, Michaela. You like women that shoot their shot. That's not how you shoot your shot. If you were shooting your shot with Woody, what would you say?
What would you say?
First of all, why am I getting interrogated?
If you see them at the bar and you want to
shoot my shot.
Tall as you is, don't know how to shoot. It's a goddamn shame. That's your type, Woody?
Yeah. Set it up. Set it up for me.
Okay.
Uncle Charlotte out here breaking love connections. Okay. All right, we're going to see how this goes. You know what I mean? Have Nick follow y'all with the camera.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how it goes with y'all for a little first date.
Say no more.
Okay.
Well, Woody, we appreciate you for joining us.
Hey,
Michaela, don't go too far. Don't you go too far.
I do wonder how far off you are from the character Bobby Brown, though. Do you feel like y'all have any similarities, anything in common?
We both can dance.
That's it.
Yeah, Bobby's like super like outspoken and like, you know what I mean? He's that guy. I'm like the guy that like to disappear in the room.
Really?
I don't like attention.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I hate it.
So why'd you become an actor then?
Because I just want to make people feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just when I was younger, I remember my mom sitting in front of the TV and she's like, oh my God, Eddie Murphy. I went to school with him. Like, and just to see my mom eyes light up like that, I was like, yo, I want that same feeling for people that I go to school with.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So I always thought that was dope.
Michaela, what's his sign? What's Woody's sign? Oh, I'm just testing you to see if you really know him or not. What's your sign, Woody?
Taurus.
Taurus, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Tauruses.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why you're so reserved and like to disappear in the room.
I don't know. I don't like the spotlight like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you probably killed the role of Bobby Brown then.
Man.
Only because, like, when you're the opposite of something, you really can let loose.
Yes, I can really be outspoken and loud. But in real life, negative. My life is boring.
Michaela's life is boring, too.
Oh, word.
Yeah, y'all can be boring together.
It is. I was about to say it. Hey, we can be boring together. I like that.
What's next after this?
We got Canal Street coming out with Ryan Lamar. I think you're not in it?
Oh, shit, I am in that. I just thought about that. I didn't know what you was talking about.
What are you playing Canal Street, Charlotte? What did you play?
Yeah.
I thought that was a documentary or something, though.
It's like that.
No, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
I did a okay. All right.
That right there.
That's going to be in theaters?
Yeah, that's in theaters, September 14th.
Must not have been too memorable if he can't remember his part now. Because does he have a line?
Yeah.
I do a whole scene.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nah, it's dope.
So September 14th.
September 14th.
Oh man, that's hot. I'm cooking out here.
Yeah,
it's my third movie this year. I did After Party.
I just seen
Netflix.
that was dope.
That comes out September 14th, and then Body comes out November 2nd.
There it is.
Yep.
And you got talking scenes.
And Body?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over Body. I'm a producer on Body too.
Okay.
Eminem's the executive producer, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Woody McClain for joining us this morning. We look forward to seeing part 2 tonight. And we're going to take your calls. 800-585-1051. Did you see the Bobby Brown story last night? What did you think? And let's get into this Bobby Brown mini mix. Why not, right? It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Anyway.
Oh, shut up. Morning, everybody.
Cutie, you turn me on.
Stop it.
I'd like to run my fingers through your hair. So come on and stay with me all night. I want to rock with you, baby. All night long. I want to roll with you, lady.
Come on.
Feeling so strong.
All right.
What you got to get to the best part.
Go ahead.
No sweet love is never stop. Making sweet love, don't you ever stop.
Doesn't it sound awkward? There's two guys in here singing to each other?
I was singing by myself. You the one just jumped in here, you know what I'm saying? I started singing I Want to Rock With You, and you jump in on like you want to rock with a nigga. Listen, salute to Woody McClain. Drop one of Clues Bombs for Woody. Okay? That's my guy. Born in Charleston, South Carolina, raised in Duval County. And yes, I had no idea. I totally forgot that I'm in that movie Canal Street.
Well, you
coming out.
Well, you seen the Bobby Brown story. What did you think about the Bobby Brown story?
I loved it.
Well, what did you love about it? There was things that you love, things that you hate?
No, well, see, I read the book every little step. So being that I read the book every little step, I had a different expectation. But I should have known better than to have that expectation because I know it's on BET. So I know BET can't get as raw and as gritty as the book was.
They were cursing and stuff on BET, which was surprising last night.
Yeah, but the book was raw. But I enjoyed it. I'm not even. As a matter of fact, I think everybody should go out there and get Bobby Brown's book every little step. It's two different forms of telling the story. You know what I mean? Two different ways to tell the story. But I totally enjoyed it. The only thing I had a problem with is the fact that they didn't show him throwing Janet Jackson.
Why did you want to see that so bad? That's the only thing you wanted to see.
Because that's part of Bobby's story. You know what I'm saying?
And they did shoot that scene. I showed Charlamagne the scene this morning. So they did shoot that scene.
And in the book, Janet Jackson told Bobby that my daddy would not allow me to bring a black man home. So Bobby threw her out the room. And then Bobby said to himself, damn, that's Janet Jackson. So he threw her a blanket. So basically, Janet told Bobby Black Lives Don't Matter. And so Bobby threw her out the room for it.
I thought it was an amazing, I love what BET is doing. I thought it was amazing. I can't wait till tonight. I think the actors did an amazing job. It brought me back to that moment as a kid.
See, that's
my
the
kids
thing,
were
too.
singing. What?
It's a lot of nostalgia with us because that's the era we grew up in, and I'm a 90s R&B guy. I'm a New Jack guy. I every morning, Uptown Records, Old New Edition, Old Bobby Brown. That's my era.
Right.
So I don't know if I just be caught up in the hype. I'm not gonna ever say that movie was whack, even if I didn't like it, because it makes me feel a way. It gives me a feeling. You know understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The movie gives me a feeling.
Right.
The music, the era. I'm already thinking this fall and winter, I want to holler at my man Torre, and I want to dress like Bobby Brown all fall. Leather pants, leather hats, you know what I'm saying? Sheer shirts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, let's go to the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Hello, did you see the movie? Hello, did you see the Bobby Brown story last night?
Yeah, man, it was good, man.
What you think about it, man?
I think Bobby was a real deal player back in the day, you know what I'm saying? He but I don't like drugs and everything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm from Sauter, Mississippi, man. My name is Rashad Burdett. I'm 25 years old. I'm in my way to work right now. I'd like to give a shout out to my baby mama. Not my baby mama, well, my wife.
Oh, man, you call your wife your baby mama?
So hold on, do you have a wife and a baby mama?
Goodness gracious.
Your wife still...
No, she's my fiance.
Yeah, you just got, okay, I see what's going on. She was your baby mama for the longest, but you just proposed. So you just transitioning into calling her your wife. I get it.
Yes, sir. She's next week she'll be having another little baby girl. So
is it yours?
Is it yours? Another little baby girl, not my baby girl?
Oh, yeah, man. Man. She's mine.
My goodness.
Man, for sure.
All right, brother.
Have a blessed day, sir.
Hello, who's this?
Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. Did you see the Bobby Brown story last night?
I did.
What did you think?
I loved it. What I didn't know is, I know that they said that Whitney Houston had got him started on the drugs, but I didn't know that she went that hard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You see when she played the game and locked him out?
That was crazy.
And by the way, he walked in on Whitney doing cocaine first, okay, the day of the wedding. That's in the book, too.
Right. Yeah, I got to get the book. Hey,
Yes.
Woody. Team Forrest in the building.
All right, mama. Hello, who's this?
Javiera Coleman?
Hey, did you see the Bobby Brown story last night?
Yes.
What do you think?
Amazing. I love it. I stayed up. You know, I got to wake up super early for work. Woody did an amazing job. The whole cast did.
He sure did.
But part
Thank
2
you,
comes
mama.
on tonight at 9 o'clock on BET.
I'm looking forward to that. Hello, who's this?
This Steve from Detroit.
Hey, did you see the Bobby Brown story last night?
Of course I did. I love Bobby Brown.
What did you think?
And I'm loving the actor, and I just think that they put a lot of energy into it, and I'm glad that he was alive to tell his story because I love Bobby Brown, and I'm liking it, and I can't wait till tonight.
And that's my thing. If you're alive to tell your story, you got to let me tell my story. You know what I'm saying? You can't edit things out of my story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
Don't edit me throwing Janet Jackson out in the hallway.
That's the only thing that I seen that they cut out, but we'll see tonight. But I thought it was an amazing show. I think BET is doing with this original program, and I think it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and basically Janet told Bobby that Black Lives don't matter. That's basically what she told Bobby. If you read the book, Janet said, my daddy will not allow me to bring a black man home. So she told Bobby Black Lives Don't Matter, so Bobby threw her out the hotel room. Okay,
right.
Don't. Isn't that like how y'all? Isn't that what y'all want to see when people don't think Black Lives Matter?
My goodness.
Okay.
My goodness. All right. Well, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is being Bobby Brown comes on at 9 p.m. tonight.
Watch it tonight.
And by the way, I'll say this over and over. I don't know why y'all want to be rock stars so bad when you can be Bobby Brown. All you rappers out there saying y'all party like rock stars and do it like rock stars. Why be a rock star when you can be Bobby Brown?
All right. Now, when we come back, Joe Budden replies to Eminem. We'll tell you all about it. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to these rumors. First, let me shout out to my kids. They're on their way to school. Shout to Maddie. Shout to Logie. Shout to Brookie. Shout to Lundy. Shout to Jaxie. I said them all, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Good morning to my kids. All right. Now, let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Eminem, Joe Budden.
It's about time.
What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, now we tell you about Eminem's album that came out a couple of days ago, and he took shots at everybody, and one of those persons was Joe Budden.
Somebody tell Budden before I snap, he better fasten it, or have his body back and zip the closest thing he's had to hits of smacking bitches.
I didn't like that bar. I still don't like that bar. And the reason I don't like that bar is because Eminem has a history of writing songs that abuse women, so don't call somebody out for that.
Well,
for somebody's allegations.
Of course, Joe Budden's podcast comes out each and every Wednesday. It'll be out in a little bit. But he did respond, and this is a piece of the podcast.
Newsflash M. I heard the album. And because I think you don't really know all the members that were in the group, I don't really think you know our history. Let me tell you what Joe Budden has thought this entire time. I've been better than you this entire decade. Can't say that back then. But in my rapper brain, I'm a content. You got to say something. You have not said anything for the better part of a whole decade. You have rhymed a bunch of words.
Let me think about that.
Last decade, absolutely. Joe Budden gets busy. He gets nice. I think Joe Budden is lyrically one of the nicest people that I've known and I've heard.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to understand what a decade is. A decade would be from 2008 to 2018. So that's like Relapse. Relapse was kind of M's comeback album.
Mm-hmm.
So Relapse to now, yes, Joe has a better body of work for the past decade. Yes.
Yeah, I think
100%.
I think Joe was slept on as a lyricist. He gets busy sometimes. I think a lot of the shenanigans he was doing back then, I think people would miss it for his lyricism.
It's easy to sleep on Joe when you see him in a white tank top screaming at the top of his lungs.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of your favorite rapper.
Some of them shenanigans,
Yeah, I can see why you would, just dismiss him as a rapper. You're like, this guy raps?
Sometimes, but he does get busy. He also said this on his podcast.
I live for this type of and all of that rapidy rap, lyrical miracle bullshit. Any who want it like that think they want it with me,
oh, shut up.
I don't think you would fare well. I also think it's really corny when retired pop about what they woulda, coulda, woulda done. So, I feel like I'm in control of the rules here, M. I'm backed now. You're not so much.
He says he's backed. What does he mean by that?
Maybe means, I thought he meant I'm back, meaning I'm popping again. But he could mean I'm back, I guess, Revolts or Spotify. I don't know.
M will always be back, Joe. He's white. Stop it. All right, the man's selling 350,000 records this week off an album that came out on Friday. Knock it off, Joe. And I don't want to hear all that, Joe, if you're not going to rap. Now,
I was thinking the same thing. Rap, Joe.
Exactly. Do I think Joe will body Eminem in 2018? Yes, I do. Okay? And I got a little change, to put on that. And by change, I mean 50 cents, seriously. All right?
I got Joe's money. I got Joe's. Well,
exactly.
our money that Joe owes us.
The $1,000 that Joe owes me and he owes you, we'll put that on Joe battling them. But I do think Joe will watch him in 2018. But I don't want to hear all that spicy talk if you're not going to rap, because that sounds like somebody that's about to go in the booth.
Absolutely.
If you're not going to go in the booth, stop all that spicy talk. I told y'all that last week. I didn't want to hear Joe reply on a podcast. M is one of the greatest MCs of all time. Right? Joe is a lyricist.
Right.
One of the greatest MCs of all time call you out. I feel like you should have to respond with bars. That's not Russ or who else came at Joe recently. That's not Demigos.
Right.
That's Eminem.
Correct.
So I want to hear bars. I don't want to hear no podcast dialogue. That's all I can do. All I can do is get on the radio and podcast and talk back to M. You got the skills to do some bars.
All right.
Okay?
Now, Nicki Minaj, she was on Ellen, and
I don't like this segue. Terrible segue.
What segue?
I don't like going from Joe to M to Nicki and Travis Scott. I'm tired of Nicki and Travis.
Well, too bad. Nicki Minaj was on Ellen, and of course, they talked about Travis Scott.
Why do people say things like upset or angry? When someone says how they feel, they're not always upset or angry.
Well, what were you feeling?
I felt like I wanted to punch him in his face. Okay. because
what are those emotions then if that's not anger?
No, it's not anger. It's just what's right and what's wrong, what's fair.
I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's fair because Nicki did the same thing.
As in what?
Nicki had bundles for her album too. You could buy ticket sales and get the album and other stuff. Like you could buy tickets to why are we having this conversation?
Well, she talks some more on Ellen.
Sometimes people think that you're ungrateful, and I'm like the most grateful person in the world. I love being grateful and remembering that things could be worse, okay? I started from nothing. I'm one of those people who, I get it, but I don't like being bullied, and I don't like being taken advantage of, and sometimes people use scare tactics against you because they know, especially as a black woman, that people will call you angry or bitter. And so now it's almost like we're not allowed to defend ourselves or stand up for ourselves, and I'm not going to have that.
I love you, Nicki. I don't want no smoke. All right, when they come at you like that, you just got to back away. You just got to listen to the keywords. All right, you heard black woman.
Yep.
You heard angry, can't defend yourself. That's when you just stand down. All right, keep doing you, Nicki. Drop on the clues bombs for Nicki Minaj. Everybody go out there and buy Queen album. All right.
Now, Tekashi is telling the judge he wants no prison time, please.
Nope.
He told the judge these are the deeds that I'm doing a lot of positivity. He said he donated money to a childhood school. He said he handed out money in Dominican Republic. He donated to homeless in Chicago. He donated money to New York City youth programs. And he handed out money in Mexico several times. He says he's doing good for the community and he wants to make sure he doesn't go back to jail. He did the Make-A-Wish program. He said he really wants to make sure he's out of jail.
Nope, you've told people to SMD way more times than you've given out money. Okay, you've given out way more SMD requests than you have charity. All right? Okay, what if the judge says that to him? The judge says, that's all fine and good, but I got this even longer list of all the times you told somebody to SMD. All right? So I want to give you the opportunity to go to prison to tell somebody that so they can jump in your jeans.
My goodness.
All right?
All right. And that is your rumor report.
And don't think for 1 second that the person you told SMD yesterday is not sending that to the judge. I'm telling you that right now. That man is sending that to the judge. All right? That man is writing a letter right now saying you're a menace to society and a threat to everyone. Okay?
Goodness gracious.
Trust me when I tell you.
All right. Charlamagne.
Yes.
Who are you giving that donkey to?
I need Reverend Jasper Williams to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
Who's that?
He's the person who gave the so-called eulogy at Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the heat.
Did she get donkey today? Please tell me.
Absolutely. I have become Donkey of the Day.
It's The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You're a donkey.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, September 5th goes to Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. Now, if you don't know who that is, he is the pastor who gave the eulogy at the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin's funeral. Now, I was reading in the New York Post yesterday that Aretha Franklin's family was disgusted by the Reverend's eulogy, and in their words, they found it offensive and distasteful. Now, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch Aretha's funeral. Nope. I simply didn't have 360 minutes to commit to such a task. Okay, that's just not how I wanted to spend my day. So I only caught the clips online. I saw Michael Eric Dyson. I saw Reverend Al Sharpton. I was waiting for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to speak. I never saw that, but he was on stage. And I saw some man inappropriately touching Ariana Grande. So I thought everyone was giving a eulogy. But apparently, Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. was giving the official eulogy, and let's just say I totally understand why the family was pissed off. Before we listen to some highlights from Reverend Jasper Williams Jr.'s eulogy, it's important to know what the definition of a eulogy is. A eulogy is a speech or piece of writing that praises someone or something highly, typically someone who has just died. Does everybody have it? Huh? Did you write that down? Okay. I don't think Reverend Jasper Williams got the memo. Let's listen to some highlights from Reverend Jasper Williams Jr.'s eulogy.
Why is your soul, black man,
As I look in your house, there are no fathers in the home no more. 70% of our households are led by our precious black women. But as proud, beautiful, and fine as our black women are, one thing a black woman cannot do. A black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man. If you choose to ask me today, do black lives matter? Black lives do not matter. Black lives will not matter. Black lives should not matter. Black lives must not matter until black people start respecting black lives and stop killing ourselves. Black lives can never matter.
He wasn't going to say respect, or there's no nothing.
Once again, definition of eulogy. A speech or piece of writing that praises someone or something highly, typically someone who has just died. When you know that definition, ask yourself, what the hell was Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. just doing? Mm-hmm. Okay, I thought Madonna was bad at the VMAs, but Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. had the nerve to say a black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man, which is disrespectful because Aretha Franklin is a single mother of 4 boys. Here's the thing. It's the funeral, all right? And I keep telling you all over and over, respect, okay? A lot of you can spell it, but do you actually have it for Aretha? Okay, I don't think so, because if you did, you wouldn't use her funeral for your own personal agendas, okay? Yes, we care about black lives, all right? Yes, we care about black lives. Black lives do matter, but today, the only black life that matters is the one we are here to celebrate, which is Aretha Franklin, all right? She's the one dead, all right? I'm telling you right now, if someone does that at my funeral, I want violence, all right? Don't make my funeral about you and your agenda. That's not RESPECT. That's this.
RESPICT.
That's right. Key letter I. All right. Ain't no I in funeral unless it's you. All right. Meaning you in the casket. And to do someone's eulogy and treat this situation any other way is disrespectful. Once again, when it comes to Aretha Franklin, everyone can spell respect.
RESPICT.
Except Al Sharpton. But how many actually show it? All right? Please let Remy Ma give Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Hey, Jesus Christ, man. You got one job. Just come up here and celebrate me.
Goodness.
I've been giving y'all music for over 40-something years.
A lot.
Probably longer than that.
Long time.
Like, God, you don't got nothing to say about me. Keep all this political stuff in your personal agenda to yourself, all right?
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Now, when we come back, Ask C&E. That's right, Yee is out. Usually she handles the relationship advice, so Ask C&E. Charlamagne and I will hold it down. 800-585-1051 if you need relationship advice or any type of advice. We're going to keep it real.
I'm in an advice-giving mood, too, by the way.
We're going to tell you what it is.
I got something out there that God want me to tell somebody out there. I can feel it.
All right. 800.
I can feel it in my soul.
585-1051. Ask C&E is next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, is DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Yee is out, so it's all about Ask C&E. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Annie from Orlando.
Annie, what's up?
Hey, I love Orlando. My aunt lives in Orlando.
What's your question for C&E?
All right. So I'm calling in because I've been with my boyfriend for 12 years, and we're not married. I'm really frustrated. I'm a professional, a go-getter. I'm beautiful, and I just don't understand why I can't get him to seriously think about and consider marriage as soon as possible.
Let me handle this.
Do you have kids? Hold on. Do you have kids? I just got that one question.
Let me handle this one. Okay.
Any kids, Mom? You got kids?
I have children. He does not.
All right. Let me handle this one. I've been with my wife. I was with my wife since 1998. I proposed to her in 2013. Actually, tomorrow is our 5th year wedding anniversary. So you do the math from 1998
That's a long time.
to 2003. All right, so, you know, it just takes us a little bit of time. Plus, you already got 2 kids, so you know what I'm saying? He may not want to take on all that baggage. All right.
Whoa.
but y'all been together 12 years, so I'm sure he loves those kids like they're his own. So just give him some time, boo.
Do you live with him?
We live together, yes.
Y'all live together. Has he been saving? Maybe he's saving for the perfect ring and the perfect wedding. Is that possible?
Listen. At this point, I don't even care about any of that. I really don't. Like,
you want to get married? You want to get married?
I do.
Settling. That Jello's starting to settle.
No, stop it.
That Jello's starting to settle.
Did y'all have the conversation yet?
We've been having the conversation for a long time, and for me, I just want to make sure that he is solid. You know, I want to make sure he's sure. I don't want to play any games.
Y'all been together 12 years. If he's not gonna marry you by now, if he don't know by now, you ain't the one. Listen, how old are the kids?
My oldest is 16.
Have the 16-year-old. No, who's the youngest? What's the youngest one?
The youngest one is 12.
Oh boy.
Have the youngest one say, "When you gonna marry my mama?" Straight like
goodness.
that. I'm telling you. Tell her today to walk up on daddy and say, "When you gonna marry my mama? When you gonna make an honest woman out of my mama?"
Stop it.
Have her stand like Cardi B is in that picture and put her hand on her hip and say, "My mama said you ain't gonna make an honest woman out of her."
All right.
Okay?
No, but you know what? For real, I'm at the point where I feel like it's either now or never. I feel like I'm at the point where I want to move on. Like, I want to
how old are you?
No, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Let's move on from this phone call. I already told you what to do. All right.
I was gonna say just hold the box for him for a little bit. Don't let him get none of that box until he starts thinking right.
All right. Thanks, E.
Oh, sorry. Hello, who's this?
Hello, it's a lady from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Hey, Mama, what's your question for C&E?
Okay, so I've been back and forth with this guy for 5 years. 2007, January 2017, we broke up. By May 2017, he was married. August 2017, I found out, and I sent a simple Instagram message that said,
"All right, baby, you were the side chick.
Right?
You were the side chick the whole time."
Hold on, wait, no.
No, there's nothing else to talk about. No, there's nothing else to talk about. You were the side chick, Ma. He already had a whole nother woman that he was in love with.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he wasn't.
Ma, stop it. Stop now. Don't call up here to be in denial.
It's been 3 months and he's married. You were the side.
Don't call up here to be in denial now.
He was divorced.
Stop it. He what?
Did you hear me?
Huh?
45 days later, he was separated.
Oh, he's separated.
His divorce is final now. That's what his divorce is final November of this year. He just got the paperwork in.
Is he back with you?
He said he filed for divorce so we could be together.
So why are you calling us?
For the simple fact that I need to know if I need to accept him back. No, we're not in a relationship because I don't date married men, but we have had conversation over the years. So I'm trying to figure out, do I take him back even though he did that, and even though his divorce would be final?
Mama,
so
I will move on, Mama. I mean, he did you dirty, Mama. This man, he got married to a whole nother lady.
Yeah, this man dumped you to have a whole wedding, and you asking me should he take him back?
And then he got married. So I understand what you're saying.
Come on, stop, man. You got to be smarter than that.
I would leave
leave him alone?
Unless he gave you an STD. Now, if he gave you an STD that's uncurable, then y'all can share that together for the rest of y'all lives.
My goodness.
That's not what happened?
No. Ask C&E, 800-585-1051. If you got some questions for us, we'll keep it real. We'll help you out if we can. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask C&E. If you need relationship advice, you can call us right now. Hello, who's this?
This is Anonymous from Detroit.
All right, Anonymous from Detroit.
Anonymous. Anonymous got an STD. I can feel it.
What's your question, Miss Anonymous?
You're crazy, Charlamagne. Okay, so look, I've been dating this guy for like 7 or 8 months, right?
Uh-huh.
And finally, I met his 10-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his son is related to me. He's my cousin. And, like, I don't feel comfortable dating him anymore, and he does not understand this. Like, his child's mother is my cousin. We don't know each other like that. But she thinks it's funny. She's like, oh, we dated over 10 years ago. He's just a good father, blah, blah, blah. But no, bro.
So she had sex with her cousin.
It feels so uncomfortable.
Let me get this straight.
No.
You had sex with your cousin?
No, his son.
No.
His son is her cousin.
His son is her cousin.
So he knocked off her cousin. So it's just a family affair.
Right.
Y'all not related. That blood is not in you. You good money if you like him.
No, I know, but I just don't want to talk to him no more. Like, no, I want children one day. That means our kids would be cousins and sisters.
What's wrong with that? If y'all already had sex,
right?
It's kind of too late to turn back now. All right, you already did it. You already had sex with your cousin or your cousin's son, whatever.
My cousin's child's father, and it was not on purpose. And no, I just
man,
don't
go ahead
feel
and keep it in the family,
Did
man.
you like it?
No, listen. My advice is not whether I should keep talking to him. My advice is how to get rid of him.
Man, go ahead and keep it in the family. If y'all kids is born with an arm coming out their forehead, y'all know why. All right? It's okay.
Yeah, irritated.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. You already slept with your cousin.
Yeah, you might as well stay. It's not her cousin, man. It's her cousin's
son.
father.
Yeah, cousin, you really are retarded.
I am. And your kid's going to be, too, if you keep sleeping with your cousin.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if we helped her. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Denasia. Good morning, Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne.
Good morning. Denasia, good morning. What's your question for C&E?
My question is primarily for Charlamagne. Charlamagne, I too am from Charleston. Love your book. Can't wait for your new book to come out.
Thank you. 843, what's happening?
Hey, Charlamagne. I primarily wanted to know, I wrote a book myself. I'm 22, pretty young, so I'm not really familiar with how to publish. Is it better to self-publish, or is it better to go through a publishing agency?
Well, I have a publishing agency. I'm with Touchstone, Shyman & Schuster, but I don't see any problem with self-publishing either. I think self-publishing is dope. I buy a lot of books from people who actually self-publish. I mean, that's, you got Amazon right there. You can, press up as many copies as you can afford to press up and put them up on Amazon.
Why don't you send the book up here?
Happens.
Why don't you send the book up here and let us read it and shout you out?
Oh, really? I only have the paper version.
Paperback version, you mean?
Paperback. Sorry. Yeah, I primarily wrote it. It's done. I just don't know where to go from here. It took me about a year to write, and it's pretty much just talking about.
Is it on paper, like loose leaf paper, or is it in book form?
I have it in book form on my iPhone.
I mean, you could try both, though. You could try to shop it to a publisher. If a publisher doesn't want it, then you put it out yourself on Amazon.
Send it up here, Mama. We'll read and shout it out. Hello, who's this?
Why are you lying to people?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Anonymous.
Oh, another anonymous.
Anonymous. What you got? Herpes, chlamydia?
Stop it. What's your question, Mama?
Everybody in my town listens to your radio station, so I'm like, let me just keep it anonymous.
Well, what's your question?
Good morning. How you guys doing? My question is, okay, so I have 2 children by 2 different men, and
twins.
My youngest.
No, they're not twins.
Project Twins.
My youngest father is a deadbeat. However, my oldest, his dad, he saw a need, and he feels as though, this is his son's sister. He stepped in, and he plays that role in my child's life. Now, 3 years later, her father want to come in the picture, and she has such a great connection, and she's very attached to my son's father. I don't know if I should let him in because he's full of disappointments, and he'd been in the same building with her before and didn't acknowledge her in public. So why should I let you in now?
I don't think you have a choice. I don't think you have a choice. I think if he's the real daddy, can't he come see his daughter?
He lives 4 minutes away, and she hasn't seen him in almost 2 years.
Yeah, I would say it's never too late, man. But I mean, if he's not really making a real effort to be in the child's life, and if he ain't got no money, why confuse the poor kid?
Why is it about the money with you, man?
You know what I'm saying? Why confuse the poor kid?
But he might be want to change. You always talk about people changing. Maybe this man wants to change.
But she got a father figure in her life.
Well, he's called. Every month he calls and say, hey, I want to pick her up this weekend. And the weekend come, and I don't hear from him at all.
Oh, yeah, you got to box him out. Change your number. Don't even mess with him.
I'm gambling now. Is it worth setting her up?
Why confuse that poor girl for a broke?
How you know he broke?
Because she just told us.
Oh.
He is. He owe me 10 bands and child support.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
No need for that, boo. Yeah, keep that away. Keep that away from your child. Don't be confusing your child. You don't want that negative energy around your child. When you pray to God to take negative energy out your life, He's not swinging at spirits. He's swinging at people, things, and broke baby daddies. That's the embodiment of that negativity.
All right.
Huh?
Well,
you
good
realize
luck, Mama.
Huh?
She got her a nice father figure that got his life together.
Oh, she loves him. They have the best relationship, and he adores her. And we're not even together. So for a man to step in and do that for her, I mean, come on.
Okay. Only thing your other baby daddy can do for you at this point is pay that $10,000 in child support he owe you.
Yeah, that's all he got to do is pay that, and we'll be A-okay. He don't ever have to ask about her, see her, interact with her. Just pay up.
That's all.
My goodness. It's not all about the money, Charlamagne. That's your first thing. Is he broke? It's not all about the money, you bird.
Well, that sounded like some sound advice to me.
My goodness. Well, good luck. As C&E, if you couldn't get through the phone lines, I see a lot of you tried. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Don't worry about it. You ain't missed nothing.
You ain't missed nothing. All right, now when we come back, Tyler Perry offers somebody a job. We'll tell you about it. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Jeffrey Owens.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, of course, Jeffrey Owens from The Cosby Show, his picture was taken and it was plastered all over the place, and people were shaming him. Some people were supporting him. That's because he stopped acting and I guess was working at Trader Joe's to make some money. Well, he was on Good Morning in America and he talked about it.
I mean, I was really devastated, but the period of devastation was so short because the responses, my wife and I started to read these responses from like literally all over the world of support, and fortunately the shame part didn't last very long.
I'm proud of him. I'm happy that he decided to do what he had to do as a man. I mean,
I can't even believe this is a story.
He didn't go the illegal route. He went and got a job. What's wrong with that?
This is only a story because of social media. You do realize that it's the people who work at Trader Joe's or the people who work at Starbucks or the people who, you know, drive public transportation. Those are the people that really make the world go around, right?
Absolutely.
You do realize that, right?
And he talks why Trader Joe's.
I've been teaching acting, directing for 30 plus years, but, you know, got to a point where, you know, it just didn't add up enough, you know, and you got to do what you got to do. I wanted a job that I could have some flexibility, try to stay in the business. I didn't advertise that I was at Trader Joe's, only but not that I was ashamed of it, but because I didn't want the entertainment community to kind of decide, well, he's doing that, he's not in, you know, he's not pursuing acting anymore.
America's so obsessed with celebrity that when you see a person working a job at a grocery store, you talk down upon him just because he was once on television. That's why you see so many of these rappers don't want to get regular jobs after they done put out an album or put out a single.
It's tough.
Trinidad James would love to get a job at Walmart right now.
He got a job. He's doing stuff for Complex.
Oh, my bad.
You a hater, man.
Chingy would love to get a job at Target, but y'all shame that man so much that he can't.
Chingy's a personal trainer now.
All I'm simply saying is don't be afraid to go get a job.
Well, Tyler,
do what you got to do to put food on the table.
Tyler Perry said he's starting to shoot a new flick on OWN, and he would love if Jeffrey Owens came through and be a part of it. So
See, look at
he got
God.
a job.
So whoever came into that store that day, you know what I'm saying, took a picture of him trying to shame him. And what God meant for, what man meant for evil, God will turn to good.
Okay. Well, Latavia says, I understand Jeffrey Owens.
First of all, who is Latavia?
I'm about to tell you. Latavia, you know Latavia.
Who is Latavia, boy?
From Destiny's Child, man.
Well, say that.
I was about to say it.
Latavia from the original Destiny's Child when it was 4 members.
She says, I understand Jeffrey Owens. When I was in Destiny's Child and I was removed from the group, I ended up working at a little record shop, I think in... I guess it's someplace, I don't know. But she says people used to come in all the time and see if it was really me. I just needed to feed my family and survive. So claps for him for not giving up.
Latavia. It's all fun and games for somebody walking in that record store and ask for the first Destiny's Child album with you on the cover, though.
Stop it. Now, Kanye West, he apologized like crazy yesterday. Now, let's start off with his tweet storm. He says, I'm sending good energy and love to Drake and family and crew. I haven't seen the show in person, but the images look incredible online. I understand where the confusion started. Let me start by apologizing for stepping on your release date in the first place. We are building a bond and working on music together, including squashing the issues with Cudi at our office. When I put the dates up, I was a bit ramped up to do 25 tweets a day. TMZ happened shortly after. I have to hop on a plane now. We'll type more when I land. And then he said, plane is taxiing for takeoff. Because we spoke about doing liftoff yourself together, I should have given you the opportunity for us to do this together before I released it. Since we are building as friends and brothers, I should have spoken to Pusha about the Quentin Miller bar. There should have been no songs with my involvement that had any negative energy towards you. I never listened to either diss track that followed, but I did hear quotes from both songs after they were released.
So what's the problem?
He says, I did not have any conversations about your child with Pusha. I don't play with the idea of people's children after I spoke to Wiz a few years earlier. I understand Pusha's issues as a man. If someone mentions your fiance, men go mask off. I've done the same myself at times. I love you. I love Pusha. God. And we all have admiration for each other's craft.
Okay, so he apologized to Drake. Cool. What else needs to be said? People don't want that, though. That's the thing. People want bloodshed. They want Drake to keep dissing Kanye. They want Kanye to respond to Drake. They want Pusha to keep going at Drake. Like, nobody wants peace.
Well, Drake's on a new record, and he kind of threw a shot at Ye.
You overseas, she flying at 7 and 11 at beach. Yeah, keeping a G. I told her don't win no 350s around me.
A little shot.
Which one are the 350s?
That's not the ones you have.
I got Desert Rats and I got 700s. What's the 350s? What 350s look like?
350s are the ones I wear all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about then.
Comfortable one. You don't know? I'm gonna show you a picture. Hold on.
Why doesn't Dre want nobody to wear 350s around him?
It is the ones, the comfortable ones. They got the ultra boost on the bottom.
I never liked those.
No, he's all right.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't want nobody to wear those around me either. I understand what he means.
And lastly, Eminem and Joe Budden. It seems like Joe Budden's podcast comes out today, and he has responded to Eminem. But first, if you don't know, let's hear what Eminem said about Joe Budden.
Somebody tell Budden before I snap, he better fasten it or have his body back and zip the closest thing he's had to hit to smacking bitches.
Whoa. All right, well, Joe Budden responds on his podcast that actually just came out, and this is what Joe Budden had to say.
Newsflash M. I heard the album. And because I think you don't really know all the members that were in the group, I don't really think you know our history. Let me tell you what Joe Budden has thought this entire time. I've been better than you this entire decade. Can't say that back then. But in my rapper brain, I'm a content. You got to say something. You have not said anything for the better part of a whole decade. You have rhymed a bunch of words.
Joe is right about that. From 2008 to 2018, I would say Joe Budden has a better body of work than Eminem. I would say that Joe Budden has spit better bars than Eminem over the past 10 years. Yeah. From 08 to 2018. We're talking about from 08 to now?
From 08 to 2018.
Absolutely.
The last 10 years, yeah. Joe Budden, he's a lyrical beast.
And you're not listening to music. You just skim through it if you think otherwise.
He's been spitting. He's been rapping, even though he still owes us $1,000 each. Joe Budden has been spitting. That has nothing to do with it, but I want my $1,000.
Yeah, and guess what? I told y'all last week that if Joe Budden and Eminem do engage in 2018, my money would be on Joe. But I guess my money would be the money that Joe owes me. So I'm going to take that $1,000 that Joe owes me and put it back on him. Put that on Joe.
Well, he has more to say about Eminem.
I live for this type of and all of that rapidy rap, lyrical miracle bullshit. Any who want it like that think they want it with me, I don't think you would fare well. I also think it's really corny when retired pop about what they woulda, coulda, woulda done. So, I feel like I'm in control of the rules here, Em. I'm backed now. You're not so much.
I still don't understand. I got to call Joe and ask him what he meant by that when he said he's back now, Eminem not so much. That is not true.
I don't know what he meant. Maybe back because he got Spotify behind him. He got Revolt. I don't know.
Eminem has a machine behind him whenever he wants to have a machine behind him. And Eminem is selling 350,000 records this week. And also, when referring to Eminem, you have to say lyrical miracle whip, not just lyrical miracle. All right? Lyrical miracle whip when referring to Eminem.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. All right? Up next, the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in right now at DJ MV. I haven't heard Lil Duval in a couple of days. I need to get my Lil Duval on. Pause. So we're going to play some Lil Duval in the mix and your request. Whatever you want to hear. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.